Oh, here we go. Yeah, I can give a bit of commentary for a few games because it's still quite early in the streak. Um, yeah, cool. Yeah. So the first hint was wheezing, and this is Frostlass. And let's see what the next one is. Temp Slowking. Yeah, that's Slowking. Yeah, so usually a lot of the things this team really struggles with is their total learned Pokemon stats. No, I just have like an autistic memory. I know things based stats. Um, yeah, I suppose you could have like a spreadsheet. It wouldn't be too slow because you get the natures. So what you're meant to do, I think what they want you to do is they want you to click this, and this gives you the species. And then they also want you to click this, and this gives you the moves. Yeah, but we can take advantage because we've got a complete list of all the sets in the frontier. Like we don't need to buy anything except the stats. There's a few Pokemon we do need to buy the stats for. They're like Marowak. So Marowak 2, 3, and 4 all have the exact same spread, item, and ability, and nature. But that only matters if like Marowak gets a chance to hit. Yeah, same gym fee. There's also like Gallade, Ambipom, a few others have some overlap. I'll quickly run you through the team. I'm not sure if I know you've seen it before, but basically Garchomp is here to try and win as many games really easily as possible. So what we do quite a lot with Garchomp is there's quite a lot of choice band. Chomp CVs are really basic. So we're almost max speed. The only thing that is 169 in the Gen 3 in the Gen 4 Frontier is Garchomp 1. We don't want a speed tie of Garchomp 1 because we'd never risk that. So we're at 168, which is faster than everything slower than Garchomp. Most importantly, it's faster than the like Jolly Salamence and everything. Or the base 100s. We're also faster than base 100s that we promote to level 55. Those are also 167 speed. So Garchomp occupies its like uber speed tier with bit cheating and just being a little bit faster and everything else in a really troll way. And then Garchomp with choice band obviously is just so disgusting. I think it kills like it's something like 400 sets. Just faint to it. We can't always click outrage, but we quite often can. So what we do quite a lot of Garchomp is choice band is quite common. We sometimes do Focus Sash. Obvious reasons we can Focus Sash Sword Stance. Very rarely we might do leftovers on Garchomp. We also do Wide Lens quite a bit in case they've got an accuracy lowering item like Bright Powder. And then occasionally maybe we do Choice Scarf. That might be good if like we're raising some levels. What's actually more common on Garchomp is if we go into berries, the sort of Persian berry only costs 2, which is really cheap, but that guarantees an outrage sweep if we have one. And also the Salac and Lychee, these are really good because Garchomp isn't healed between rounds, if he's sitting at like below 46 HP, we just automatically get the boost immediately with the berries. That's really nice. So it's cheaper than choice band, but we quite often have to buy choice band if we're expecting to get hit by a move. And then like Lum as well. I've done Lum, I've done Cherry in the past. A few things. It's like what's the way we can lose? Yeah, it's what's difficult about the castle is you're sort of battling yourself. Like it's similar to the pyramid, where it's like you don't want to heal between every fight, but you got to be like responsible for it. And also the fact you can scout what's coming up is like you have to be really precise in like, can I lose? It's like, oh yeah, Garchomp probably kills like that set, but you know, can it miss? Can you no soft build stuff. You get quite a lot of flexibility. So if I go on to healing, I've got these options. So these all cost CP. So HP is 10, PP is 8, and Restore All is 12. So yeah, to talk it through, so Garchomp is like the is like a CP firing machine. He's also quite useful if we have like a match where we're expecting basically a revenge kill. So basically like the role of banned Aero in Gen 3, basically in Gen 3 OU, whereas like we just need him to come in and hit something with an Earthquake and finish him off. Then Blissey is the idea behind Blissey is that basically anything that isn't too strong on the special side, Blissey comes in, sets up a load of minimizes and sweeps. Or if it doesn't sweep, it does like a lot of damage. Like this, like Blissey is incredibly broken. I remember thinking, I was thinking when I was playing this thing, I was like, even if every move crits Blissey, it would still sort of work in quite a lot of games, which is disgusting. So yeah, this Blissey set, I suppose the only thing interesting about this Blissey set is it's quite fast. It's at 101 speed. So that's fast and base. No, Minimize is still +1 evasion, but minimizes more PP, which is helpful because we do sometimes PP stall things. And unlike in Gen 3, obviously, Struggle does real recoil damage, so if I can PP stall something, I win. That's quite common as well. Blissey does that a lot. It's like this set, we can't hit Gengar, but we don't care because we can just make Gengar struggle. That wouldn't work as well in Gen 3. And then like this has been the MVP of the team. Castle world record is 1001. What's slightly complicated about that is I have some doubts about it, whether or not it's legit, which is part of why I want to do this one. Because then if I can set the, I'm not sure if it's fake. It's like, it might be, it could be legit. It's hard because Castle is really, really skill intensive because of the way that the management works with points. No, the Smeagol Breeding team is number 2. I'm pretty sure that's fake as well, but I don't know. It's like, I just want to set the record with this live on stream so that the record is definitely legit and I don't have to worry about the other teams as much. Yeah, what's weird about this Lapras is that we are max defense, like max defense. We are Impish 252. And it might look weird on a curse set, but actually we kind of need it because we do things like come into Salaman's Outrage and then click curse and then click rest. So even after we switch in, we still survive like that 3-hit kill. And then once we curse, it's like so few things kill Lapras. And with Shell Armor, we can just literally curse in front of their face at like 50 HP. We don't care. We know we're fine. Ice Shard is amazing because what's incredible about Ice Shard is like so many things that I was worried about, like can I free hit? Because if I'm behind a substitute and something comes in, I get a hit off a free, they break sub, I get a hit off a free, and then if they can't Oko Lapras, I then can kill them. So there's quite a lot of special attackers, like even Infernape, where Infernape free comes in, uses Focus Blast, and I can still just win. So Ice Shard is amazing. Yeah, it's also 48 PP. That's a really big part of why it's good. But I was thinking, I was like, if it wasn't Ice Shard, what was it going to be? And one idea is definitely Waterfall. But the thing is, Waterfall hits as hard as 2 Ice Shards over 2 turns neutral. So it's like, well, if we're going to do 80 power, why not do it with priority? And then if the first one crits, we don't need to use the second one. Ice Shard is also really nice against stuff like Quick Claw Machamp. So Quick Claw Machamp is a really big threat to this team, but with knowledge that I can use priority, I ignore Quick Claw, I go first. Another thing is that there are a lot of sets in Gen 4 which are really scary, which are the Endure reversal sets. So there's, I think I saw it a few times today. There's obviously one in Gen 3, but the Medicham reversal Endure set is really scary because that can just click Endure, and then that'll obviously OHKO the team. Yeah, Gen 3 lost probability. But it's like Ice Shard is just like amazing. Another thing is that this is not something I was really expecting when team building, but there's a weirdly large number of things that don't faint to outrage, but yeah, I can't have rough skin unfortunately in this gen. So a weirdly large number of things don't faint to outrage, but faint to outrage plus Ice Shard, which means I'm then in a 2v2 with Blissey and Lapras. Rough skin would be amazing. Unfortunately, I mean, I won't complain. I mean, Garchomp is so incredibly broken. So there's a few things that maybe would change about this team. I'm thinking like, because I put Garchomp on first, and then I added Lapras, and I sort of realized actually Intimidate would be really good into Shell Armor. So this could be Celements, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, Cacturn got banned, didn't it, for Sandvale? Yeah, Celements is like, the big thing Celements has is actually probably not Intimidate, it's probably Aerial Ace. I could run Aerial Ace. But Garchomp is just, the thing about Garchomp is you get Sword Stance. So if they don't crit kill you in one shot, you can Sword Stance, Earthquake, and it's over. Or you can equip Focus Sash, Sword Stance, Earthquake, and it's over. Doing electric, not really, because worst case scenario I can Scarf, but also I think like all the electrics like Jolteon and stuff is like Jolteon will never kill Garchomp with a crit Shadow Ball. I think it's interesting. It's like, I suppose if you ever play Gen 4 Factory, you'll probably see what I mean when I put a tier list on the thread, and I was doing a tier list of all the 950 sets in Gen 4, and I actually thought Garchomp was in the broken tier, but I was thinking it was like, actually Garchomp 1 and Garchomp 4, they deserve to be like slightly separate. Everything else is just a gap. Yeah, it's so broken. Electrode 2, but Electrode 2 doesn't have any attacks. Yeah, Strike is a bit. But the thing is, like, Electrode 2, I could switch between Garchomp and Blissey. No, it's different. It's a Charge Beam set. But like, I could switch between Garchomp and Blissey with Electrode 2, and it would just never do enough damage to kill either one, and then I just run out of PP and it loses. There's a lot of things like that. Yeah, there's one electric. The best thing is the best trainers are the mono fire trainers, because Garchomp often just sweeps them with Earthquake even at level 55. It's quite funny. Yeah, we're preparing for yeah. If there's a biggest enemy to this team, yeah, trainers in the castle follow the same theming as the trainers in the tower. So there's like Ice Ace trainers, there's experts that run like legendaries, like full teams of legendaries, and all sorts of other stuff. There's the breeders that run full teams of EVs. They're also often quite easy to beat. Yeah, the biggest enemy to this team is I've just got to get into a new mindset, because I've played so much Factory and stuff. I've got to keep in my mind is like Bright Powder is like not an acceptable loss condition. Like I really have to never lose, basically, which is like a bit of pressure. Which annoys me slightly. Like the match that's coming up right now. This is Wheezing. We could just Sword Dance on Wheezing. The problem is that Frostlass comes in, and even though we're faster than Frostlass, if we miss into Lax Incense, and we can miss, there's a 1% miss chance to Lax Incense even with Wide Lens, then it drops Garchomp. In this context, it's okay because Frostlass 4 is never getting through the other two. Yeah, so this Wheezing is it's Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, Destiny Bond, and Shadow Ball, I think. So that's I guess it could also like Quick Claw, Destiny Bond, Garchomp. That's another thing that could go wrong. And Slowking 4 is doing absolutely nothing, so I could definitely raise Slowking 4. I mean, the fact is that Blissey just beats these two relatively simply. I just got to remember to heal its PP. I'm also thinking that Lapras could just set up on Wheezing. It would just take a while. But my current thought is I would like to sweep this guy with Garchomp if possible. And if I miss Outrage on Frostlass, that's okay. It's not ideal. It's okay. The +2 Outrage. Factory Castle Hybrid, yeah. So I think, unfortunately, I have to leave because this Wheezing. The other thing that's fun is that I can directly see their stats. I think 80 oh no, sorry, wrong Pokemon. Yeah, because it's 167 defenses. That would survive a +2 Outrage. I can't change my lead. What I could do, this is another thing I thought about a lot, is I could run two teams. I could run a team that's like Garchomp, Infernape, Latios, get a load of castle points with a load of really quick victories, and then once I've got a huge bank of CP, I come in with like a really safe team. Yeah, because it's only sets of 7, I can come in with whatever team I want. But for simplicity, I'm going to just stick with this team, and this team doesn't actually get castle points that quickly. I've been kind of lucky with not needing skips. Yeah, I'm also like, yeah, I'm not sure how safe a fast team could ever be. It's like, yeah. I'm also, I don't know if this caps out at 9999, or if I can go above that. In terms of points, that's a really important question. Yeah, I'm thinking we boost Slowking because it's not doing anything. Let's leave Frostlass there. Yeah, I like Hustle. I think there's two really cool things about the Gen 4 Frontier, which are Hall and Castle. Yeah, I guess they never lost. I really like Hall because I feel like there's something still to be discovered in Hall because you can enter with literally anything and they're all separate streaks. So there's something in that. And if we're gonna equip a new item, we might as well go Wide Lens, I think. Oh yeah, and I also need to heal EP on Blissey, just in case Garchomp fucks up. Yeah, so like, I think the main thing is that I can use double leftovers. I could also just bring like 3 choice band Pokemon. And like I said, like, I don't even think that would be bad. I'm pretty sure like Garchomp, Salamence, Dragonite would be like a decent team. You can buy resist berries. The only thing on that is like if we're playing around crit, we often want to go Focus Sash basically. But there are situations where you might want to resist berry. The only problem with resist berries on Garchomp is that we'd be doing Yachi and then we're not immune to freeze. That's another problem that we have. But obviously Lapras is not only crit immune, it's also freeze immune because it's ice. So that's like a huge It's a huge plus for Lapras. Oh yeah. I think there's legitimate use for Triple Berry, especially on Lapras, to survive like a first hit or something. But anyway, let's go. Stop stalling. So we know it's wheezing. Crit immunity is just like, it's just, I can't, because I almost used Suicune there. I just can't imagine ever wanting to use it now, because it's so often that it just let me down in practice. You two-turned. It would be responsible to switch out, I guess. Not get Blissey frozen in the process. Yeah, it's like, what's difficult about Castle is that you're meant to like optimize absolutely everything. I can't really be bothered to do that. I think it would drive me insane. They do, yeah, you lose status. So if you get frozen or paralyzed or burned or whatever, it gets cured between battles, but you do get a penalty in castle points if you end the game with Pokemon that aren't healthy. So here I'm going to substitute Soft Boiled and then attack, which is a common motif. It means I don't have to heal Blissey's HP, I only have to heal its PP. I got 34 points there. That's because I raised a level. And it was otherwise a pretty good match. So we're having a look at the Mons again. Whisper, Modest, Lumberry. That's Ludicolo 4. That's a Rain Dance set. We can OK that with +1 on Garchomp. And then this is Leafeon 2. Another. Your calculation 10 points. I mean, it follows like a formula, but basically you get 7 points for each level you raise. So if you raise all 3 levels, that's 21. And then the most points you can get for winning without level raises is 29. So the maximum points you can get for a match is 50. If you raise all their levels and you win in 4 turns or less and you take no damage, you get 50 points. Bad match might be like a really bad match where things are fainting. 2 things faint, you just win, it's really long. That might be like 10 points. Yeah, I think the caster is like a way better. It's a way better facility than some of the things in Gen 3. This is Credilli 4, I think. Yeah, it's leftover. It's Credilli 4. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. So Garchomp sweeps with Sword Stance, but we can't Sword Stance on Ludicolo. And even if we equipped Choice Band, I'm pretty sure Leafeon would survive. It's annoying. And Credilli would definitely survive, although Credilli doesn't do much back. So already I'm thinking, like, this is definitely not a skip match because these are all easy cannon fodder to take out. What I'm thinking already is that it's like this probably has to be a Blissey game because the Shattered World Record team, it's pretty similar to what I have. It had Salamence with, I mean, the way he describes it, it was just a Choice Band Salamence in the front with a Blissey, but the Blissey wasn't it wasn't like mine. It was a Toxic Aromatherapy Blissey, which is a bit weird for the castle. There's a Toxic Aromatherapy Blissey, didn't have Minimize or Double Team, and he had Milotic. And the Milotic, yeah, I guess it sort of makes sense. The Milotic is what makes me suspicious because, like, Suicune is pretty good because once you start after a Calm Mind and a sub, Suicune doesn't lose speed anymore. Yeah, it looks like something. Yeah. So Suicune doesn't lose speed anymore. So Suicune has like a fast sub strat with rest, and it's got pressure to get rid of moves. I still would be slightly suspicious of someone who relied on Suicune heavily. the thing about Milotic is I just can't imagine. It's like the things that Salamence switches out of is like, and you aren't going to Blissey, is like there's no way that Milotic just avoids getting unlucky, which either means you are really good about skipping all the matches where you could lose, or it means you've cheated, because there's no way that you avoid bad luck for that many games in a row, I think. Although I must say it's a better team than the team that's second on the leaderboard, which is Smeargle, Breloom, Cresselia, which is like an actual joke. It's all about like Spore and sweeping with Dragon Dance, Baton Pass. Like it's like a funny idea, but there's no way that hit 400 wins in a row. So yeah, because Ludicolo is a bit too much for Garchomp, it's also a bit too much for Lapras, we have to go for a Blissey sweep here, I think, which is fine. There was a small risk, yeah, over 400. There's a small risk with the Blissey sweep that a Leafeon could come in. It's fast, so it's got Bright Powder, and Leaf Blade is high critical hit chance, and Lapras can't stall Leafeon because this Leafeon has Curse. So this Leafeon is slightly scary. However, we do have a wide lens Garchomp already from the last match. So if this wasn't a wide lens Garchomp ready in the match, I might think about lowering this level, but I think I could just leave it. And then Credilli's not going to do anything. Yeah, there's a few things with like that where it's like on paper it's like, oh, I'm like pretty sure I'd win, but do I really want to go in without like wide lens or something? And then I think like if I was talking about the team again, the biggest enemy of this team is flinching Lapras, and it's not even Lapras's fault. It's when I'm overconfident. It's like, oh yeah, I can set up on a Rock Slide Hariyama or something. But actually, you look at it and go, well, actually, Hariyama might like 5-hit KO after a curse. Yeah, but the problem is that if I stop playing, if I play differently, I'll bleed a load of CP and go down really low, and then I won't be able to skip the really deadly stuff. So it's a mix between like how much I want to maintain CP or not, and the points. I guess it's like it's hard to appreciate in like a single run, but it's like the points can vary a lot. Like I could easily have a round where I lose like 200 because a few things come up. I could also have a round where I could gain like 150-ish, which would be nice. I mean, the bigger buffer I build, I guess the higher the chances that I can do something really funny at the end, like skip the last 50 games in a row and just get 1,000. That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, we'll raise Credilli and we'll raise Ludicolo, and I have enough respect for Leafeon to leave it at 50, I think. Curse Leafeon. Like, to be honest, if this was like Battle 900, I would skip. But we're not even 100 battles in yet. I'm just gonna say, fuck it. We're gonna have a go at White Powder Leafeon. We're gonna trust that Garchomp plus Blissey don't lose to it. So just doing a real quick check that we have heal PP. Yep, let's go. Another thing that's really funny, which I've almost lost to, is I'm really worried about, because I'm playing on emulator with speed up, and my computer doesn't run this game very well at regular speed. I'm really worried about pressing down twice by accident on a preview screen and going straight into a battle without healing. I actually think that's the most likely way I'll lose, which would be really troll. It's like, oh yeah, I misclicked and I lost. And it's like, even now, like I just misplayed that because a crit there would have killed Blissey. That was really badly played. Yeah, it's like, but the thing is that I tested those teams so much. It's like on the edge of viability. I don't want to be like, I don't want to brag too much, but it's like I really know what I'm doing in Gen 4, and it would surprise me if I'm playing these teams way worse than the creators played them. And I'm just so far off being safe enough to safely navigate the castle. Yeah. I mean, it's like I'm playing in 2024 with AI decomp knowledge, I'm playing with like another like 10 years of Gen 4 experience. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because it's kind of toxic. We've actually missed. This is cursed twice. This is a little bit scary now. The thing about this is that if Leafeon curses too much, it actually gets slower than Blissey, and actually then it can't win. Yeah, we're not. I didn't really think about that. How Blissey is faster after it curses, and therefore Blissey probably always wins. Yeah, but we're getting rid of this. So once again, we're thinking about trying to win with full health Blissey. And Credilli's just doing nothing. Poor Credilli. Yes, we've got 33 CP. That's a fairly standard one. It's like if our setup goes well and we don't lose it to some kind of bullshit, and the Pokemon that we use a setup on gets it set up perfectly, we get about 30 something CP, which is pretty good. This is a Torterra. It's Torterra free by the special attack. So this is Earth Power, Frenzy Plant, Hyper Beam, Leech Seed. And that's Feraligatr, I think. It's Feraligatr free as well. Yeah, I could. What I was thinking is another team might be able to get away with just scouting the lead, and then if you have something that's like super broken, that always beats everything in the back once it's set up, you have to. But it's like how much does it cost to scout? It costs 6 CP. That's like nothing compared to how safe you can be when going in. And you can get a lot of the CP back by raising their levels, which you can't do if you're not scouting really. So this is another Blissey sweep on paper, because Feraligatr free and Torterra free are both special sets, and they both can't touch Blissey. Like even Feraligatr free's Focus Blast crit, that probably does like 80 max, so I can probably I should be completely safe against that. It's a Blissey. Venusaur free is a curse set, but it doesn't have any kind of passive healing, so we know that we can just take it down. So we're going to raise all these levels and get a load of CP from this. Oh yeah, that's Black Sludge, but what I mean is it's definitely going to faint to... It's definitely going to fake to Seismic Toss. Yeah, it's right. It is passive healing. I misspoke there, but there's no way it stands up. And I'm going to heal the PP, which might seem a little bit too safe, but I'm just thinking that if things go bad, we do want to be behind a substitute. So I'd rather heal the PP than lose in a really embarrassing way. And we need to get behind a substitute here, because Earth Power Spadef drop would be enough of a problem that we'd have to reset. I just think, I didn't really appreciate it before, but I just think Minimized Blissey is just so broken. It's just, like, what are they meant to do? I've beaten Lucario, physical Lucario, with Minimized Blissey, because Close Combat has 5 PP. I can just sit on substitute. It runs out of its Close Combat moves, and I softballed and I win. Yeah, Torterra's fun. What's cool about Torterra is like it's surprisingly good in Factory, because when I started playing Factory again seriously, I was like, oh no, it's rubbish. It's a grass type and it's slow. But actually, like Torterra 4's pretty sick. Yeah, it's interesting. Do you follow any of the higher gen stuff, Alexi? Do you have you followed any of the more modern teams with like Durant and stuff? Because one of the most prominent future gen, I'll call it future gen even though these gens are like 10 years old now, players really loves minimize Chansey. Yeah, not Dihydron. The minimize. Yeah, draw teams. Yeah. So like minimize Chansey with an Eviolite has like been championed. There's been so many arguments over that about whether it's good or not. And I must say that I'm Future Gen 6 and up. Yeah, same. Yeah, same. So one special thing about battle number 7, because it's battle number 7, we don't have to worry quite as much about PP. I would like to get away with being like a cheapskate and not trying to spend as much as possible here. But yeah, there's been a lot of discussions on the forums about is minimize Eviolite Chansey actually good or not. This is Alakazam. Some of these are really easy to spot, and some of them give me a bit more trouble. Never take Siberi. It's Clado, I think. Yeah, it must be Clado. And if it's Kasib, it's Clado 1. It is Medicham, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, I think like I guess the thing about Chansey is that it's got so much more physical bulk as well. Yeah. I think Palace would be really strong if you'd run multiple Pokemon with leftovers. Like it's just leftovers is so obviously the best move and the best choice in the Palace. So let me think. So Alakazam 4 can definitely kill Garchomp with a crit. It's also faster. But for example, there's a few things I could do here. So one of the things I could do here is I could lower Alakazam's level, equip a Focus Sash, and Swords Dance, and then sweep. Another thing I could do is raise Alakazam's level and try and stall it out. But I think I have enough respect for Alakazam not to do that, because Focus Blast Expert Belt Alakazam actually does quite a number on Blissey. And one thing we gave up when I went for a fast Blissey, I gave up a lot of HP EVs. So it's like, you know, most Blisseys go above 352 HP for the next leftovers target, but I'm running very low on HP. So this Blissey is a tiny bit threatened by stuff like that. So what we'll have to do is a little bit expensive. We will equip a Focus Sash. Set Alakazam to level 45, and then we'll go for a Swords Dance Sweep. Actually, I'm thinking. Actually, I wonder if Claydol survives at level 55. Probably does, because this Claydol is max defense, max special defense. I think we probably don't OK with +2 outrage. We probably have to leave it at level 50. It's a little bit annoying. We'll lose a small amount of CP for that, but it's not too bad. And then Medicham will definitely raise it. And this Medicham would be really scary if I didn't have Ice Shard, because it could endure on Garchomp. Because of Ice Shard, I know that the worst thing that can happen is it just kills Garchomp. Okay. But there's a few things I could have done here. I could have equipped a Choice Scarf from Garchomp and raised Alakazam's level. Like, that's one option. But you get extra CP for a short battle. I'm going to say, Yeah, and to be clear, when I look at this streak, this 347, this isn't a legit run. It's just me testing various teams. So this isn't a real run, but obviously my current streak is real because I've streamed it all. Great pain. We'll do another round. Why not? Yeah, I think the thing I'm most scared about is you get 10 points each time you come in for each streak of 7, which helps offset the pain of having to re-equip every item every time. The thing I'm most scared about is if I misclick like this and click A, I'm probably going to lose. Wait, that is Breloom 4. And it's Effect Spore, which is always annoying. Breloom 4 is a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm really scared. There's no confirmation. That's what scares me. I think I'm going to lose to it, if I'm honest. Breloom 4 is really annoying because I need +1 to Oko it, and obviously Effect Spore can backfire horribly. So I've got to assume that Garchomp is going to be out of the picture for the rest of the battle. I've got to assume that it basically falls asleep. Because obviously Breloom definitely does way too much to Blissey and Lapras. So Toxicroak 1 was the middle one, and this is Blaziken 2. So this is actually a little bit scary. Yeah, I don't like this. There's several things I'm thinking here. Yeah, White Power Fine Types. Yeah. Blaziken 2 is obviously special attack. I'm just going to think for it for a second. So one thing that's in my favour is that I can equip a Lychee Berry and I can substitute down. If Breloom 4 uses Spore, I will beat it. I can Swords Dance and Outrage. I still got to assume that Garchomp doesn't do anything else though. Toxicroak 1 is actually a little bit of a problem because that would also survive Outrage. And the way that Gen 4 switch-ins work is that it's assuming Garchomp kills Breloom is that Toxicroak 1 would come in before Blaziken. Lapras can set up. It doesn't have Focus Punch. Toxicroak 1 has Brick Break stuff. So Lapras can set up on it, but Lapras needs to come in after Garchomp faints to set up safely. Actually, another thing I've just realised is that Toxicroak 1 is knockoff. So that's another problem. And then Blaziken 2 would do a lot to Blissey with Focus Blast. It might even be in danger of Crit Oko. No, the item stays. You lose the item if you trick it. But if it gets knocked off you keep it. But it would be very annoying to stall out Toxicroak without leftovers. So I actually think all of these are really annoying, and I think you're actually right in that probably the most responsible thing to do here is skip. Like, anyway, I can show you. I can also show you what that looks like. It shouldn't matter long term. A small amount of CP. This is definitely a skip candidate. Yeah, so we just skip straight to battle 2. It's quite funny. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive. But the nice thing about that was we haven't committed to buying any items yet. So we haven't wasted anything. We only wasted the CP and scouting. And it's the whole point of scouting is that yeah. Caitlin's funny. It's the same Caitlin from Gen 5 Elite 4. Recognize this. This is Metagross 3. And then what are you? Your power, it's Medicham 2. No way, what's fun? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying. Medicham 2 is a little little bit of a problem. Yeah, this Metagross is a troll set. It has no stab. It has its hammer arm and elemental punches and aerial ace. Yeah, resist berries is a really good way to lose, especially in the factory. Yeah, Shuckerberry Electra 4. That's not a fun set. So this battle is slightly, on one hand it's slightly easier, on the other hand it's a little bit annoying because I'm going to have to outrage Gengar and then Metagross will come in and finish off Garchomp. And Metagross, can Lapras set up on Metagross? Oh, that would be... I'm actually not sure. What's funny about Metagross 3 is that Blissey probably can come in and set up on it because it's so slow. It'd be dangerous though. And then Medicham 2 is slightly scary as well. But this is one of those things where it's like, so the temptation is like, I quite like to skip this, but I think it's definitely correct to play it out. I can do a few things that will improve my chances at least. Like I can substitute on Gengar, see if I can get bait out of Confuse Ray. And if I don't, that's fine. And then I'll have to try and stall Metagross with Lapras. It will be rough. I will have to rest loop a lot of times. Unless I get a lucky miss. If it misses Hammer Arm once, I should be fine. And then Medicham is also annoying, but a setup Lapras should always beat it. In fact, I could raise Medicham's level, but I'm slightly concerned, so I'm not going to. Actually, you know what I should do? To be responsible, what I should do is just lower Metagross's level. Because if I'm a little bit worried about 205 attack spamming Hammer Arm into Lapras at +1, I shouldn't be worried about 184. I really should be able to survive that with Lapras. That should be an easy setup. It's funny, I guess it's more sort of an in-game thing, but the levels make pretty big difference. Like it's around 20% power that they gain, and it's also they become about 20% more frail, and obviously they lose about 10% speed. And then they also do the opposite when you level them up. Like they get, that's about what they gain. Yeah, so this should be... If Gengar's nice to me... Yeah, okay, it did confuse me. So I might be able to save Garchomp. But it's a free turn outrage. That's unlucky. But we'll see now. Let's see how much this does. I mean... Yeah, I should do about 100 probably. Okay. Slightly better than that. This thing always slightly... Oh, I'm slightly impressed by how little Lapras takes. So we're at +1 now. I mean, we can just curse in this thing's face. It's actually completely safe because we've got Shell Armor. And now that we're at +2, it just doesn't do anything. And actually, another thing about being really defensive is that we set up faster, which saves PP. It also saves time. So what we'll do is we'll do the classic substitute into rest, and then it's just run out of Hammer Arms. Don't do very much, but we do enough to take it out. And then Medicham will survive 1, I think, but it won't survive 2. I think it's probably correct to lower Metagross's level there. I would believe someone if they told me that I could have done it without. So I lost 15 CP for lowering the level when I only got 14 CP for that win. That was quite a bad win. So So yeah, so far this round I've lost like about 100 CP, I think. A lot better than losing. So this is Lapras 4. This is another infamous one. 30 Focus Sash. Is that Aggron? It is, yeah. And what are you? Main body, modest white herb. Huge special attack, Magmortar, I think, yep. Magmortar 4. Okay. So this one's a bit easier. We can, because Blissey is fast, we are faster than a leveled up Lapras, so we can level up Lapras. We're a little bit scared of being frozen, but if we are frozen, we can always just switch out and go into Lapras. And then I guess Aggron 4 is a little bit scary, but I'm just gonna level up. I'm pretty sure, I mean, I only have to hit it once and then Garchomp will take it out. And Magmortar is annoying because it has Flame Body for the Blissey that's going to be set up. However, Magmortar like Omega dies to Garchomp Earthquake, so even 1 HP Garchomp will win, so long as I can take out Lapras and do 1 bit of damage to Aggron. So I can also raise this level. So I've just lost low CP. I'm just about to get way more back though. Remember to equip the item. I should be getting like about 40 for winning this. Unless I quite badly fucked up. So we'll go through Lapras first so that we reduce the chances of coming in on an Ice Beam Freeze, and then we'll sub so that we can't be frozen for a few turns as we minimize. I think really after 4 minimizes we should be pretty safe, but because Lapras has a very small chance of being able to force its way through Blissey, I will go up and do the full shebang. Interesting, so this Lapras is over 250 HP, which means that it's a 6-hit KO. It sends in, I was actually expecting, I didn't think this through. I was expecting Aggron to come in first, but actually Magmortar is special and so is Lapras. So it does make sense that this comes in before Aggron. However, with a setup Blissey, it's still correct to just attack. That's a really bad time to get burned. So if it crits... Okay, I mean, if it crits Focus Blast, I can just kill it with Garchomp. So, I wonder if I was meant to stall it out of Focus Blast before attacking at all. That probably would have been better. I can't win this at full health because of burn, but I can get quite high at least, and then that'll reduce the chance that I might need to heal. So I got 38 CP. I would have got more if I hadn't been burned by Flame Body. See what's next. Pikachu Jolly, that's Gliscor 2. Let me just check what. Yeah, Gliscor 3 is the Focus Sash, it's Gliscor 2. So the Animal Focus Sash. I on both Bastiodon. Must be Bastiodon 4. This element. And then Dugtrio. It's Dugtrio 1. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that this is another one of those situations. Like, what I should actually know, I'm completely safe. I was going to say Gliscor can get lucky enough to beat Lapras, but actually Gliscor's strongest move against Lapras is Earthquake and not Thunderfang, which means that I get a completely safe setup because Earthquake has no secondary effect. Bastiodon is annoying, but it does lose to Lapras, and Dugtrio literally doesn't matter. So all of these are going to level 55. The only thing I have to check is that I have enough BP. I also have to check that item equipped. So that's slightly marginal. I think we'll go. We've still got well over 80 PB there. I think we'll go. We haven't got max health. I don't think that matters. We should be able to easily come in. It's Gliscor. So we'll do one curse. It's possible we could get away with another one, but I don't want to risk it. It's okay, I wouldn't have played this one any differently. So at +2 now. What's funny about this is it becomes a lot deadlier after it runs out of Earthquake, so actually it is quite important that I set up enough before Earthquake ends. Because in theory it could flinch me forever with Thunderfang. I think we can go now because the back two do absolutely offensively. They're just going to take a while to get through. Yeah. So we will eventually crit this Bastiodon, and when we do, it will speed up the process a lot. And this is a situation where it's like, what are you meant to do? It's like Gliscor turns up, Salamence can't okay that, Blissey can't come in. It's like, does Milotic just come in and never get crit? And then like, what happens with Bastiodon? Like, does Milotic just never get crit by Stone Edge? I find it very difficult to understand how such a long streak could happen without at least Substitute as a safety net. I mean, Substitute is like, it is the best move in both the Gen 3 and the Gen 4 Frontier by far. It's crazy how much. I mean, this Lapras set wouldn't work without Substitute, because we wouldn't be able to keep it in against switch-ins. I threw there. I should have healed Lapras. That was a silly mistake. I should have used Rest. That might cost me 10 CP. That's fine. So it's fine. It's things like that. It's like, it's fine for me to forget to do that once or twice. It's just, I mustn't make a habit of doing that. I must get into the pattern of remembering to do the right thing. Yeah, speed up drug. Yeah. I mean, it's like I'm playing as fast as I feel I can, and even this slowly, I'm feeling the drag of it slightly. Like, this is going to be a really long run. I really enjoyed watching the Gen 3 factory today. Yeah, it matters. Like, what if I have a load of skips and I run out of CP? Like, it's really bad. So this is a slightly interesting one, actually, because the first mon was, this is Kingdra. The first one was Gallade, but I actually can't work out the set from the stats alone because Gallade 3 and Gallade 4 are the same. However, Gallade 3 and Gallade 4 have something in common, which is that they both die to Garchomp. So I don't actually care what it is. And then Porygon 2-4 is a set that cannot beat Blissey. What's annoying about Porygon 2-4 is it does get to download special attack boost into Garchomp. However, I don't think I can do anything about that. And then Kingdra doesn't matter because it's too slow. What I'm thinking here is that there's a few options. One of the options is that I go into Blissey. However, what I quite like the appeal of is what we can do is level up everything. Maybe not level up Porygon 2. We can level up the other two to 55, and then we can equip a Focus Sash, Swords Dance, and kill everything. And I think that's the best plan. And I also think I can't overthink these simpler battles. I need to save some amount of mental energy for the harder ones. Store HP. We equip the Focus Sash. And Gallade 3 and Gallade 4 don't have any kind of hacks move. Let me just double check what they. It's Gallade 3, that is Porygon, and that is Kingdra. And fasten all of them, it's safe, yep. So we're gonna just Swords Dance Sweep, overthink it. The one thing I will remember to do is to click Earthquake first, so that we don't lose to a 2-turn Outrage. I wonder if we could have leveled up Porygon 2. Maybe. I won't regret it. It's fine. Never take Quick Claw. Is that Bronzong? Bronzong 4 is a surprisingly big problem for the team. The problem with Bronzong 4 is that first off, its first two moves can both flinch. So those are the two moves it would be using into Lapras, and like I said, the biggest enemy of Lapras is not being bullied down, it's being flinched down. It's Levitate, so I can't Earthquake it with Garchomp. And the biggest problem is it's got Explosion. So it can just randomly explode at some point. And if it, for example, let's say I switch to Lapras, and then it uses Iron Head and Explosion, Lapras faints. Which is maybe okay. At the same time, it can also just flinch Lapras. So basically what I'm saying is that Bronzong 4 is on the skip list. It's enough of a problem even at level 45 because of how random Quick Claw is. One thing I will also say, though, the one good thing about this team is when I say we have a skip list of stuff that we skip if it's in the front. If Bronzong 4 is in the back, we don't care because we can have a fully set up Lapras and then we always beat it. But in the front, Bronzong 4 is a problem. But Regice 3 is not. And this is Slowbro. No, it's Jinx. Jinx 4. And that's Mamoswine, I think. So it's an ice type trainer, obviously. A little bit tricky. A little bit tricky because I don't want to go. I don't really want to go to Lapras against Regice. It would normally be a good idea, but this Regice has Ancient Power, and if it gets an Omni boost, I can lose, which means that it has to be Blissey that handles Regice. And then the two in the back are actually a bit of a threat for Blissey. Yeah. I mean, Garchomp will definitely outspeed Noko, thinks. And Mamoswine will lose to Lapras, I think. It's not super trivial though. If it curses on the switch, that could be bad. I'm a little bit nervous about this. It'd be pretty unlucky because Jinx comes in second, and Focus Blast only has 5 PP, so I could just sit on Substitute until it runs out of Focus Blast, and then Soft Build and Substitute up again before Mamoswine. Mamoswine will be above it's a max HP set. It's a base 110 HP, so it will be above 200 HP. It'll be above 200 HP. I'll have to seismic toss it. If it cursed, that would be a problem. Could it win fast enough? I don't think so, because Blissey is faster than it after a curse. In fact, Blissey is faster than it before a curse as well. I'm specifically EV'd to speed these things. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I'm thinking through this draft. I'm thinking through the game plan. It should be possible to win. I want to know how I'm going to win exactly before I go into the match. If I can't answer the question of how I'm going to win, guaranteed I shouldn't be entering the game at all. So the worst thing Mamoswine could do is just immediately Earthquake Jinx probably. But immediately Earthquake Blissey probably. I think we can do this. We don't care about Jinx. The plan is that it never gets an attack off. Then Mamoswine. I think we're safe with Mamoswine. I think worst case scenario, Garchomp can outrage. And I respect. The other thing is, I don't think I want to raise Regice's level. I think I respect Regice enough not to do that. You know what? Let's just do this. And don't fully trust Mamoswine. And if I lower it by 5, it's now below 200 HP, which massively changes how fast it dies to Seismic Toss. And let's just restore the PP because I'm slightly nervous about this. So always Ice Beam against Garchomp. I don't want... Ooh. Why did it Flash Cannon? Oh, maybe Flash Cannon max roll can just about kill Garchomp. Didn't really think about that. Doesn't matter, luckily. Yeah, so Lapras isn't fully specially bulked out. It's a specialist set. So let's not get... I think so, because we are 106 per def, and this Regice is hitting 150-ish special attack. The 0.4 modifier get a 32, and then 0.4 modifier getting to 32, and then multiply by 1.5, and then That's an estimate of around 48, and then we're 52. I guess it is possible. I didn't think about that until it clicked it though. So we are going to set up behind substitutes so we don't get frozen. Oh, please don't crit again. Okay, good. We actually need 5 substitute PP or Jinx to safely take Jinx out. I know that you're going to rest. I actually just realised I can't take out, because Regice is only base 50 HP, but of course it still means it survives. It's going to be a PP stall. It's actually fine if it drops Aspidef here. So this is part of the reason why Minimize is so much better than Double Team. Yeah, the Aspidef drop doesn't actually matter, because I'm never going to let Jinx attack me without a substitute up anyway. There it is. So what we're going to do here, it might look strange, even though we're +6 evasion, we're just going to substitute 5 times. Because we are at -1 Spadef. And we absolutely cannot lose after it's used up everything. I'm actually not sure if this is going to break sub, so I'm just going to sub just in case. Okay, safe. And then we've lowered this to level 45 for a reason, because even with Citrus, we still get this private KO. It's cursed twice, but it's too late. You die now. So it was pretty conservative to lower the level of that Mamoswine. Like, it would have had to get really lucky to break through Blissey. But I think it's worth it still. Tell you what, I could probably still do another round. So this is where I embarrassingly lost earlier. So earlier this week I lost, and I lost to an Aerodactyl 3, getting a crit flinch on Blissey, and then flinching Lapras another 2 times. I don't want that to happen. It's the only thing I've got to avoid. Just don't lose this set of 4. Intimidate, Muscle Band, High Attack. That's Staraptor 3. Intimidate is an annoying lead for Garchomp, obvious reasons. Ashu, Moltres. Yes, the speed must be Moltres. Then what's last? Blaze, Timid, Charizard must be. This is a Bird Keeper. And they're running Staraptor 3, Charizard 4, Moltres 1. A few ideas here. I could equip Focus Sash, Swords Dance, and Outrage. If I do that though, I potentially leave one of the last 2 alive, but I think that's fine. Which one would come in? I'm pretty sure Charizard wins a switch in war, which means it's going to be Moltres last. And Moltres is never going to beat Blissey. So I can actually level all of these. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm when I'm silent for a bit, I'm just thinking. I actually regret raising Moltres' level, but we'll leave it because actually Garchomp at +1 probably doesn't OHKO it. Think about that. So we're going to equip the sash so that we don't faint to equip Brave Bird. And I'm going to equip the leftovers just in case Blissey has to face Moltres. And I'm going to equip leftovers on Lapras as well, just because this isn't a guaranteed win game. And if Lapras has to come in, I have leftovers. And they probably have to buy leftovers later on this round anyway. So let's go. A nice thing about Focus Sash is that if Staraptor doesn't crit me here, I have it for the next match. So we knew that Charizard was coming in, and I forgot that Charizard 4 is timid, which is so stupid. I totally forgot that Charizard 4 was timid. So it's faster. It's also Bright Powder. I should have done this anyway. This is what I did last time. I just rushed into the round. Okay, let me think very carefully about this. Focus Blast is going to do over 100 damage. I'm not sure if it's safer click sub and be protected against the death drop next turn, or to click minimize. I think it has to be correct to minimize first, right? Because we send that means that Focus Blast is almost 50% accuracy. Turn 1 misses, very nice. This is a very losable position. I should not have put myself in this situation, but we're here now. We'd still be massively favoured. Just pretend this is a factory game. We should still be massively favoured here. So the question is, it's missed once. How much do we gain by minimising again? We're sending it to 42% accuracy. I think that's worth it. It also only has 3 Focus Blast PP left though, so maybe I just want to sub. Because if I sub, I don't get a Spadef drop. It did get the Spadef drop. Okay, so it's used 3 Focus Blast now. I could sub again, just in case. Is that safest? I think I sub again. Okay, we got pretty lucky there. I know it got this Spadef drop, but I'll definitely take the outcome. The question is what do I do? Because I could set up Lapras here. It's possible. It would be a little bit dangerous, but possible. I think I prefer going in with Blissey though, because Moltres is going to be dangerous anyway. So we're at +6 evasion, -1 Spadef. This Charizard is completely out of Focus Blast, obviously. This Charizard will never click Blast Burn until we start doing damage. But actually Blast Burn is completely fine because it gives us a free turn. That was a nice White Powder miss. So I think actually I should substitute until it hits a Blast Burn, because that gives me substitute for Moltres. Is that too safe? Okay, well if you're not going to use it, oh yeah, of course you do it. Okay, so we're at -1 Spadef, which means that Flamethrower breaks sub. However, oh god, I've just realised this has Roost too. Do we win the Presser Stall War? I think so. What do I do to safely win? Because Roost is 10 PP. And to outdamage it, we need to use Seismic Toss twice, which is 4 PP of Seismic Toss. So Moltres stalls out Blissey every time. Can't actually kill this. We should be safe. This will be very close, but we should be safe. What we're saved by here is the fact that Ancient Power is 5 PP. Probably. Oh, it is very uncomfortable that Blissey is at -1 Spadef though. I should... Oh, I'm wondering if I should just be sitting... I should probably just be sitting Substitute actually. Because if Blissey is burned, it's over. The problem is that yeah, but Flamethrower is 15 PP. You don't have enough subs to cover all the Flamethrowers. What I'm considering doing is Seismic Toss and then switch to reset the Spadef drop. I mean, how much does a crit Flamethrower do without sub up? Probably does about 80. Yeah. I wonder if we lose our evasion, is it worth it? Is it worth to lose 6 evasion to reset 1 Spadef drop? Why aren't you using Roost? No, it's because I'm faster and you're not below 40, are you? Okay. Let's sit out. I mean, Substitute is at its most useful, while Moltres still definitely has attacking PP left. That's so bad. Oh my god. Got an Omni boost. I don't think I can... What can I do that matters? Don't know if I can do anything. So +1 Air Slash against -1 Blissey. But you have to... It's going to have to... What? Why didn't it Roost? What? I have no idea. Oh, you know what it probably was? It was probably the 4% chance. It was probably the 4% chance that it doesn't use a healing move at really low HP. Because while it was above 40, it wasn't encouraged. I think I got really lucky. I wonder how the rest of that match goes. It was out of Flamethrower, but it wasn't out of Air Slash. I think Air Slash... I mean, Air Slash is doing above 40%, I think. +1 into -1. we're probably a flinch or two away from losing. I mean, the thing is, we were at +6 evasion, so it wasn't. I was panicking. Okay, I was panicking, but it wasn't actually that likely to materialize like that. And all Lapras needed was for specifically Air Slash to have no more than 3 PP left, and then Lapras wins. That was so bad. Just completely forgot that Charizard was timid. Almost lost. Okay, Hippo. Oh, wow. Yep. That happens slightly too often. I'm thinking about Charizard. Should I have completely PP stalled out Charizard and risk it? But the problem is that Charizard also has Ancient Power. It could have just Omni boosted. But Omni boost twice, that's so bad. It felt safe to go into Moltres with Blissey, but it wasn't. It was not safe at all. I have to play better than that. So this is a Sandstream game. Hippo 2 is very, very annoying. Yeah, and then for those who, I suppose for those watching who aren't Gen 4 nerds, Hippo 2 is Earthquake, Sand Tomb, Yawn and Swagger. And then this is Crobat 2. So this is the flinch set. It's got Bite, Zen Headbutt, Air Slash and Twister. And this is Dusknoir 2. This has no attacks. It has a Curse, Pain Split sort of troll set. What I'm thinking for this one is, first off, Lapras should get off a completely free setup. Even with Sand chipping it down, it has leftovers to offset that. So what I'm thinking is, we can fish for an easy Garchomp win by healing Garchomp, using sub, see if it uses Yawn. If it uses Yawn or Swagger, then we can then Swords Dance, Earthquake, and Ghost Town. And if it goes wrong, Lapras comes in, and Lapras kills everything. Dusknoir 2 is a lot less annoying with Stand Up. And Crobat 2 is just a horrendous Pokemon. It's just absolutely terrible. So I think we can raise level of Crobat 2, so I'm going to do anything. And then Dusknoir, we can also raise its level because it also doesn't actually do anything. It's just sitting there. The only threat is Hippo. And I think we can take Hippo down. What we might have to do, because Hippo is citrus, I think we'll have to do Swords Dance, Earthquake, Outrage. I don't know if 2 Earthquakes will be enough. I mean, if it is a good roll, then we can Earthquake twice, but I suspect it won't do. So we want HP for that. We've got a Focus Sash, but I think I'm still just going to substitute. And then we restore your PP before I forget to. And Lapras is not being used yet since being healed. Yeah, let's see. I mean, we get to have a free shot at a Garchomp win, which is nice. I mean, there's a few things where we got Sandvale up. I'm pretty sure Swagger and Yawn are both +0, so there's a 2/3 chance it clicks one of them, and it does. So we get Swords Dance. Actually, it's used it again, so I don't think there's no point Swords Dancing again though. We just go for it. Keep. Now, is that a +2 earthquake range or not? I think the upside of not looking into outrage and being out of commission is worth it. So Dustoir might survive this. Oh, it's got a pain split. This has happened before, where this Dustoir specifically, because there's pain split and curse, really good at sapping all of the HP from stuff. What the hell was that? What is going on with the AI today? It just used curse at nothing. What was that? Just killed itself. Okay. Good exhibition of dumb AI, I guess. Rockhead Yachi Berry. Aha. So this is what ended the streak last time. This is Aerodactyl 3. And I've got to think to myself now, is Aerodactyl 3 actually a skip, or is it a level 45 situation? Or do we just outrage with Garchomp? I think it's close enough that we'll see what else is behind. Timid White Powder. I recognise you. You're Charizard 4. You almost killed me. Okay, so that's 2 problematic sets out of 2. These aren't definite skip sets, but we don't like seeing either of them. Guts. Okay. You. I recognise you. You're across. I don't like Heracross 4. It's actually the same as the Gen 3 set with Reversal, Megahorn. This isn't a Guts. Sorry, this isn't a Swarm set at least, but it's Reversal, Megahorn, Earthquake with Endure and Salac. It's a problem. So I was thinking when I first revealed Aero 3, I was like, okay, Aero 3 is unpleasant, but I can just kill it with outrage. And Garchomp does do enough into the other 2. I'm wondering if I could just level down Aero, equip a band, and go to town. Because Garchomp never loses then. Actually, that's not true. Garchomp can lose. It can lose to Charizard. Can miss. But I think I can level down. I think that's the start. And then I think I can level up you, because it doesn't make any difference if you're leveled up or not. In terms of your ability to win the game, you do the same at 50 as 55. So do this. Put Band on a Garchomp, heal Garchomp, click Outrage and see what happens. And if it goes wrong, at least this time Charizard is level 50 and not level 55, which makes Blissey's job considerably easier. This is a losable game. It is possible to lose this. Because if it's a free turn out, no. Is it possible to lose this? I don't actually think it is. I'd have to be really dumb. I'd have to not save Garchomp. So you will Focus Blast again. I guess I try and win it. I try to win at full health. Substitute is really good for this, actually. This is one of the things that I didn't appreciate until I started playing Castle, is how good Substitute is at being clicked. So you can automatically heal up to full health, and then your Substitute gets damaged on last turn instead of you, which means you get a full health win and extra points. Natural Cure, Modest Shellbell, Altaria. Altaria 2 is a completely terrible set. It really is dreadful. Rockhead, Adamant, Quick Claw, Rhydon. Yeah, Rhydon 4 is a much bigger problem. Especially because I have to outrage Altaria if I want to kill it. I mean, at the very least, I mean, even if I decide to play this game, Rhydon 4 obviously has to be sent to level 45 so that Horn Drill doesn't work. Let's see what's in last. I mean, how has this happened again? How is Charizard 4 again here? I mean, it's been like 4 games. It's been 4 or 5 games, and Charizard's been in 3 of them. It's not just Charizard, it's the exact same set. I'm really not sure about this now. It feels so wrong to skip an Altaria lead. I mean, that is just completely free. I guess the problem with Altaria is that Bissy doesn't even set up on it because it's got Perisol. So what would the plan be? I suppose we're still looking at Banded Garchomp clicking Outrage, not missing Charizard. If it does miss Charizard, that's okay. We've played out this before. And then you do have to be at level 45. Now here's a question. At level 45, does Lapras beat you? Adamant, well, I know what its attack is. It's 180. 180 attack, Stone Edge, into a +1 Lapras. That's going to be about 40%. Would Quick Claw the first Stone Edge? Now that would be really bad. Because that first one is going to do a lot closer to 150 damage into Lapras. So that's rough. The other thing that you're doing, Rhydon, is you're almost threatening a 2-hit KO on PC, aren't you? You're strong enough for that. But I suppose in some ways the worst case scenario is that Garchomp doesn't miss Charizard. It hits both. Rhydon comes out. But Charizard should kill with Earthquake. I suppose Rhydon Quick Claw Earthquake crit probably does enough. Does that mean that I have to equip a Focus Sash on Garchomp? The Focus Sash on Garchomp won't OHKO Charizard. No, that's difficult. That's not easy either. I guess it's very likely I'm in a 3v1 situation against Rhydon. A hidden one other option is that because it's level. Actually, is that true? Could 2 Seismic Toss and 2 Ice Shard kill Rhydon? Maybe. Ooh, I'm not sure if I want to find out. But it wouldn't be that. It would be Curse first. And Blissey could never drop before at least getting 2 moves off. Okay, I think it is safe actually. Yeah, it is safe. Concerning but safe. It's just, literally, it's just safe. But you do need to equip the band. I've lost so many CP. Yeah, this round has been rough. Get out, Aria. I would rather hit. Yeah, okay, good. I would rather not gone that far. Okay, well, the question, I suppose, I'm probably. Garchomp is about as useful at 1 HP as it is at 94. I can get more points back by switching and using Ice Shard now. Doesn't really matter. Didn't really matter. Garchomp fainted down or not. I did get a few more castle points. Adamant, Yachi, Aero Free again. Is RNG broken? Why is Aero Free back again? I mean, are we going to get a Charizard 4 as well? Pressure Heat. It's not a Heatran. It's 2. Which is considerably less scary than Moltres 1. Unburden. Okay. I think I don't want to experiment with Aero versus Lapras anymore. I much prefer sending it to level 45. We've already got Band equipped. So Aero drops. With Band equipped, we drop Drifblim, and it's not Aftermath, which means it faints, and then Moltres does. Moltres 2 actually doesn't do anything at all to Blissey. Just loses. What about elevations? We could raise Drifblim. I doubt Garchomp can kill, even at +1. But we can definitely raise. I think as we could raise Moltres. I don't think that would affect Garchomp surviving or not. Yeah, so let's raise Moltres. And let's not forget to lower Aero. So if Garchomp's at 94, that will be out of Fire Blast range. It won't be out of Solar Beam range. It's in Hyper Beam range, but it won't ever Hyper Beam. The AI can't Hyper Beam at full health. So yeah, Disappearing Trick, goodbye Aero, and Drift Blast come in next, and goodbye Drifblim. And actually it's ideal that we didn't get another turn. This is what's funny, is that I very carefully considered a lot of things. I didn't really consider that Moltres can 2-hit Blissey. It just needs a double crit. It's incredible what isn't safe. So obviously Garchomp should have just stayed in. I'm pretty sure I'm out of range of Fire Blast. You know what, before this goes any further wrong, let's Seismic Toss once, so at least Garchomp never loses. And then we can go back to trying to greedily win and get more castle points out of it. We're guaranteed to hit again. This won't kill because it's got 215 HP, I think. And we are always surviving. Heal. Is it always hyper beaming again? It's very likely to. It's heavily encouraged. Yeah, so we can get our full HP win. Okay, we've pulled back a few points. We did run down a bit, but we've pulled back a few. Ooh, Claydol. It always takes me a second to recognize Claydol. I'm always slightly surprised by the speed. I'm also slightly thrown off how the max Spadef options work. This is Skuntank, I think. Skuntank. For you. That's very high. Oh, it must be Probopass, yeah. Very high defense stat. Very funny to think how Probopass actually functions as a magnet pull user and actually matters a little bit in the frontier. So Claydol is another one which is, in theory, a Lapras setup. In practice, I hate it. It has Rock Slide, and it will randomly click between Rock Slide and Earthquake. And it's a Lax Incense set. +1 Outrage will OHKO it though, which is nice. Skuntank will drop to +1 Outrage, but more importantly, Skuntank is also an Exploder. These two are both Exploders. In fact, Probopass 3 is also an Exploder. So this whole team can just explode. Which is potentially a bit of a problem. I could miss. What's the worst thing that happened? I could miss. Claydol could explode. Then Skuntank could explode. And then can Probopass ever beat Lapras? I think no. Although, am I really sending Lissy into Skuntank? Thinking about it more, I suppose I either have to skip, or I have to send Claydol to 45. I think I'll send Claydol to 45. Because at least that means I can get greedy with the last two. I can send them to 55. And it's completely safe because if I switch out Garchomp, they always die. So I'll send it to 45. If it blows up a Lapras, that's fine. Garchomp wins with Choice Band Earthquake. Yeah, we'll do that. That's completely safe. It's banded. Yeah. Okay, so this should be completely safe. The mistake was trying to solve the Claydol problem with Garchomp. On other matches, I wouldn't be able to do this, but because Garchomp trivially destroys the second half of the team, I can. Well, you got the flinch. Are you going to explode? You explode right now, you can kill me. Okay, well, you got double flinch. That's great. This is why I did not want to face you at level 50. If it flinches one more time, I'm going to have to Ice Shard. Is that true? No. Blissey doesn't need an assist. God, this is so... Why is this so bad? Why are you so good at flinching me? Okay, got one curse off. I am now almost safe. 3 flinches in 4 moves. 5 flinches... Wait, 4 flinches in 5 moves? What the hell? And it finally... Yeah, because Earthquake and Rock Slide do almost identical damage. It finally chooses to Earthquake. I mean, that was so scary. That was almost exactly what happened with Aero. It's flinched again. It doesn't matter anymore. Just, why is Serene Grace flinch so common? Yeah, so this is the, like you see, it's like, when Lapras first came in, it took, what, like, 50? Yeah, it took, like, the first Earthquake and Rock Slide do like 50 to Lapras. It's like very, very little. And we get a curse off and you think, oh, it's safe. But it's just incredible how it can pull it back and almost make it look close. So this could blow up on me. However, Explosion doesn't even do enough. I guess I can bait it out slightly. Yeah. I saw that coming. And then you're going to try and poison me, and it's not going to work. It's a little bit annoying, actually, that crit. I would much rather that didn't crit so I could win at full health. But it's okay. Yeah, it would have been much nicer if that didn't crit. It's Claydol Foal again. What? Is there something wrong? I mean, seriously, it's exactly the same set. It's back. It's back to flinch me again. Go on then, what's in the back? Sturdy, Modest Life Orb with Huge Spadef. It's Probopass. Didn't we just face this team? I mean, I know it's Probopass 4, not Probopass 3 this time, but... I mean, is this Skuntank? No. Skuntank. That is a Vaporeon. This is already slightly more scary because I obviously Garchomp can't clean up Vaporeon with Earthquake. How is this? I mean, what was RNG this round? It's just bizarre. With all the Charizards and Aerodactyls and Claydols. I mean, I know Lapras almost lost, but the fact is that Lapras is incredibly likely to successfully set up into a level 45 Claydol. I now actually know that. It's even more clear than it was before. This Probopass is a lot more annoying though, because it's a specially based one, which means Lapras can't just force its way through. However, what is true, unlike last game where Garchomp beats two, in this game, Blissey beats these two so hard, it must be safe. Yeah, it must be safe. There's no way that they're forcing their way through Blissey. Like, even if I think about the worst possible outcome, it's like Surf Crit, Surf Crit, Surf Crit, Surf Crit. Surf Crit doesn't do enough for Blissey. And Flash Cannon Spadef Drop is not possible. Yeah, Flash is no joke. It's like Flash Cannon Spadef Drop is just not possible. If I substitute first. I think what I'm going to do, I hadn't thought about this before. What I could do is just send in Lapras and just use Ice Shard. Just Ice Shard it. Because you can't flinch by just ice sharding you. Yeah, I think it will. Let me just double check that Blissey's got enough PP to win. So that should be fine. And so do you. And Garchomp isn't at 0, and it does have a band. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to see if it's going to do it again. Go on. Yeah. Go on. You have to not only... Because it's about... Rock Slide and Earthquake are about as likely as each other because they do almost exactly the same damage to Lapras. So it's about a 50-50 to choose between the two. And then Rock Slide has a 10% miss chance and a 30% flinch chance. So there's like a 13 to 14% chance it can flinch. Let's see if it can do it. Go on. Yep. 1. Okay, well, that wasn't a flinch. You've already... you're not following the script. I'm sorry, Claydol. This isn't how you... to win. Oh, and you missed. You're significantly worse than the last Claydol. Oh, there's a flinch. It's not. Yeah, now you're gonna die. So, to be honest, to fully maximize... This is really boring. To fully maximize castle points, I do need to maintain Lapras. And it's like the general logic, the way that most curse sets work is the idea is that you have a really high SPDF, and then you start cursing, and then you got high physical defense too. And then the idea is that you don't need to switch out of anything. Obviously, this Lapras is slightly more specialized than that, so we can't do that. We do have to exit. It's the price we pay for having almost completely invested in HP and defense, and it's also the price we pay for running Ice Shard as the sweep move. We don't actually do that much damage to random stuff. So I'd like to kill this Vaporeon at full health. I'm pretty sure this Vaporeon, because we've leveled it up, because we've leveled it up, this will have 259 health. But this doesn't kill. Okay, then it misses. Yeah, so we get slightly more CP because we won with 100% HP on 2 of our mons. That was a slightly traumatic round. I think I was going to stop there. So I think I'm playing slightly worse than I was at the start. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope this was kind of good introduction to how the castle works. I'll probably be able to give a better overview when I've got a bit more experience as well. But I'm pretty happy. It was pretty good today. We got... How many wins did we get? We started at 84. So yeah, we got a good number of wins. And we roughly maintained castle points, which is fine because we had a few dangerous matches in there which we had to skip. But it's good. Cool. Thanks, everyone.